Imagine reaching into your pocket, feeling that familiar little copper circle, and realizing you might be holding a coin worth over $1 million. Not a rare museum piece, not a treasure pulled from the bottom of the ocean. A 2002 Lincoln penny, a coin millions of Americans touched, spent, ignored, and tossed into junk drawers. But a tiny number of them hide a secret that could change someone's life forever. That you're about to hear a story that most collectors never hear. A story wrapped in rumors, buried in whispers, and fueled by a discovery so shocking that it sent shockwaves through the coin world. But before we get there, let's reset for a moment. Take a breath. Look at any ordinary penny near you. Now imagine it has the power to rewrite your future. Because somewhere out there, a single 2002 penny sold for over $1.1 million. And the strangest part? Nobody saw it coming. The legend begins in a quiet Colorado town in 2018. A man, known only by his initials JR, walked into a small coin shop with a handful of pocket change and a story that didn't seem special at all. "I just want to check these," he said. The owner nodded, thinking it'd be the usual wheat pennies or maybe a worn Roosevelt dime. But then he saw it. A flash, a sharpness, a detail that didn't belong on a typical penny struck in Denver. Reset here. Picture this. A coin dealer who's seen thousands of coins every week suddenly freezes. His hands don't move. His mouth opens just slightly. Because right there, in the light of that little shop, sat a 2002 penny with a mistake so rare, so perfect, that it had never been documented before. And this is where the mystery begins. The Denver Mint is known for precision. Tight processes, strict controls, and workers who can spot an error from across the room. But in early 2002, during a production run no one paid attention to, a tiny shift, a microscopic misalignment, created a coin that looked normal at first glance, but under magnification revealed something extraordinary. A deeply doubled date, with a split serif on the number 2, a mint mark that sat slightly lower than it should, and a sharp extra thickness across the motto "In God We Trust." Coinerer experts call it a perfect storm. A once-in-a-generation mechanical slip that created a penny that should never exist. But it did. And when the shop owner sent it for grading, it didn't just get authenticated. It became a headline among high-end collectors. A bidding war erupted. And the final hammer price? Well over $1 million. Reset again, because here's where it matters for you. If one slipped out of the mint, more could exist. And they might be hiding anywhere. In laundry jars, in coffee cans, in old purses, or in a forgotten cup holder in your truck. Now let's talk about how you can identify this life-changing penny. Start by holding the coin under bright light. Tilt it slowly. On the date, look closely at the zeros and the number 2. The known error shows a strong doubled outline, almost like a tiny shadow made of metal. Next, move to the D mint mark. It should appear slightly southeast of its normal position, almost like it drooped during striking. Then check Liberty. The real $1 million piece shows extra thickness on the letters, especially the B and E. Finally, look at the motto. "In God We Trust" will look bold, heavier than usual, with some faint separation lines on the G and T. If your 2002 penny has all these markers, you might not just be holding a collectible. You might be holding a miracle. Reset the moment. Because this is where the story turns from mystery to emotion. JR, the man who brought that penny into the shop, was going through a difficult time. Bills were stacking up. Work was uncertain. He walked in expecting nothing more than reassurance, maybe 10 cents for a copper penny. But he walked out with a check that changed everything. He paid off debts. He moved his family into a safer neighborhood. And he kept one thing from the experience: the belief that sometimes life hides unbelievable blessings in the smallest, most ordinary places. And that is why collectors today are still searching. Not just for the thrill, not just for the rarity, but because every one of us wants to believe that fortune sometimes comes disguised as something simple, familiar, and overlooked. Reset again. Think about all the pennies you've handled in your lifetime. All the coins that slipped between couch cushions, sat in glove boxes, clattered in vending machines. How many 2002 pennies passed through your hands without you ever looking twice? The idea that one of them, maybe one still in your home right now, could be worth over $1 million is almost unbelievable. But it's real. And here's the part nobody talks about. When the mint error community examined the first known specimen, They concluded that the conditions required to create this error likely existed long enough for multiple coins to be struck before the machinery corrected itself. That means more of these million-dollar pennies could be out there, circulated quietly, unnoticed, waiting for the right collector with the right EYE.SO. Let's reset again and bring your attention back into focus. If you want to find one, look through every 2002D penny you encounter. Check the date first, then the mint mark, then Liberty and the motto. And if anything feels off, even slightly, stop. Grab a magnifier. Because the difference between a normal penny and $1 million penny can be smaller than the width of a human hair. Now imagine for a moment what you'd do if you found one. Would you sell it immediately? Would you hold on to it as its value climbs? Would you tell your family? Or would you keep it secret, waiting for the right moment? Everyone imagines something different. But everyone feels the same rush, that spark of hope that maybe, just maybe, life has something extraordinary waiting. Reset one last time. Slow down. Picture your home. Picture your coin jar, your old jeans, your desk drawer. Picture that one penny you've been ignoring for years. The rarest treasures don't always shout. Sometimes they whisper. Sometimes they hide behind the face of Abraham Lincoln, worn and ordinary, waiting for the right person to look closely enough to see the miracle beneath the surface.